the news would hear about this, and they'd come and they'd say, "Who is this guy who did this?" And I'm taking this guy to the premiere. It didn't work that way.
Yeah, I know, because you really have to be persistent and call the press 400 times before they come.
Right. And I'm the press.
Yeah, I know.
But so getting up there was a lot of fun. But then again, in the end, I got to the premiere in another way. And I did that through the perseverance of not giving up and not quitting. But I did have a very, very high energy moment. Probably the highest energy moment of my life on the very top of those rocky steps. And that was right after the premiere, and it was the tipping point for me to become an author and to write a book, even though at the time, being an author, I never believed that I could do that. But I'm on the top of the steps, and I went to strike a pose, the Rocky pose from the Rocky Balboa movie, which is a one-arm pose. And I asked my wife to take a final picture of me at the steps, and that was going to be my lasting memory of this great, tremendous journey I was on. What I didn't realize, that what I thought was an ending was actually going to be a beginning. And when she went to snap the picture, a large flash of white light came, her camera went pop, she went, "Whoa!" I turned around, I said, "What happened?" And she said, "The camera broke." And I said, "What do you mean the camera broke? Here I wanted this lasting picture, and all of a sudden the camera breaks." And I said, "That's impossible. Take another one. I've been using that camera all night. It worked fine. I'm telling you, the camera broke. It's not working. Please," I said, "take another one." So she stepped back and she took another photo, and the camera worked. Like there was no problem. So I went on my merry way.
That was a message, that little explosion.
Well, I went on my merry way, and the next day, when I downloaded the photograph that she thought broke the camera, that photograph and what I received from that photograph was the highest energy message of my life, and it was what pushed me forward to write this book. It was a spiritual message in the highest order to go ahead and write this book. And I think every reader, when they get a chance, and the photo is in the book, every reader is really, really going to be amazed. I haven't let not one person down when they've seen this photo, whether they're a professional, whether no matter who they are, whether they're into different realms. When people look at the photo, they just, where did you get it? How did this happen? And that photograph is really the story.
And you have to read the book to see the photograph.
Yes, you do. and it's worth seeing. And
I am sure.
And the message. And I think myself, I took that photograph and set myself on another journey right after it to find the meaning of the photograph, to find the reason I went on the journey of the Rocky story, to figure out why the Rocky story has been a part of my life, my entire life, till this very second of my lifetime, and to figure it all out. And the way I did it and put it together, I really set this wonderful roadmap for others. And what I'm most proud of with the book is that, yes, a reader is going to read about myself. They're going to read about the connection to Rocky. But when they get to the end of the book, they're going to figure out that they just read a story about themselves through my experiences. And they're going to be able to utilize those experiences and utilize that feeling to go ahead and manifest their own passions and their own dreams in life. And I was originally asked when I first put the book out, "What is your goal for the book?" And I said, well, truthfully, if I can just change one person's life, if I can influence one person's life in a positive way, I will have considered myself a success. And it doesn't have to be a monetary success. And for me, the success was helping others. And everything for me seems to go full circle. But I got a message in an email from an 11-year-old boy.
Oh.
And the 11-year-old boy, right, wrote me an email and said, "I've read your book twice, and you have changed my life."
Well, what I see in you is the qualities that are necessary to achieve this dream. You are open-minded,
right?
Okay, and hardworking.
Yes.
And I had a guest once say, it's good to be hardworking and whatnot, but you have to find somebody to anoint you. And I think Rocky anointed you to put you on this journey, but you remained open-minded. You remained, even though you were focused on a goal, you remained open-minded so that when other possibilities showed themselves, you were able to take them. And I am sure that what you need to do with this book is you need to take it to schools. Oh,
it's great.
Because kids need to hear this message.
Just this last weekend, we grand opened the gym that and part of the story too is one thing led to another. My journey actually took me to the center of a boxing ring to fight as a boxer. And as a man in my 40s, I never believed I'd ever be in a boxing situation, and I actually boxed for charity. Over the weekend, we grand opened the gym, and I did a nice speech to the kids at the gym, and the connection was
that had to be great.
Fabulous.
Where can we get your book?
The book is available on over 24 websites online. The most prominent websites, of course, are Amazon.com, where I love to track it, and it's also on BarnesandNoble.com.
Ebook as well.
Ebook as well.
Okay,
yes.
Great. Great. And do you advertise it in the Long Island Press?
It was tremendous when I did. Every time. What a newspaper.
Okay. Oh, well, then I have to advertise my books.
It was, the connections that I've made from people seeing the ad in the newspaper is really special.
Yeah, you have to tell me how to advertise my book on your newspaper.
That's the easy part.
One of these days.